got information that these people are doing this. They are giving only 12 lakh gold coins to the treasury, whereas they are collecting 20 lakh. So he submitted a confidential report to the Mughal ruler that like this is happening, this corruption is happening. So the minister who was in charge, he appointed the Chaudhry to do an investigation and recover the money. So the Chaudhry became now again powerful, and he came to the house of Raghunath Das Goswami. But Hiranyadasa had already got information. He had his own spies. So he got information that this Chaudhry is coming to arrest me. So he ran away from the place. So running away and absconding was prevalent even in those days. Nowadays also you find there will be some businessman who will do corruption for a long time, earn a lot of money, and when he understands that, oh, the government is going to catch me, he will abscond. He will run away to some other country. Like this Hiranyadasa also ran away. So this is not something new. It's going on since hundreds of years. Hiranyadasa ran away. He absconded. Now Chaudhry, what to do? He got hold of Raghunath Das. He said, your uncle has cheated me. See, you are supposed to give 15 lakh gold coins. You are giving only 12 lakh. Great corruption. Wherever your uncle is, bring him to me. Otherwise, I'll beat you up like anything. So this Chaudhry was really angry, and he wanted to beat Raghunath Das Goswami because he couldn't get Hiranyadasa. But whenever he would see Raghunath Das Goswami's face, his heart would melt and he would not feel like beating him. So he would only, use strong words. I'll beat you, I'll do this, I'll do that. But he would never touch him. So like this, every day he would come and chastise Raghunath Das Goswami. So Raghunath Das Goswami was also getting a little frustrated. What is this? Every day he is coming and pestering me, torturing me. And my uncle has also left and ran away. So now what to do? So Raghunath Das Goswami thought of a plan how to handle the situation. Now why should Raghunath Das Goswami do all this? He should be renounced. No. Actually, Raghunath Das Goswami was highly renounced in his heart. He was not at all attached to all this opulence, wealth and all these kind of things. So he had wanted since the beginning to surrender unto Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had come to Shantipura on his way to Jagannath Puri back from Mathura, Mahaprabhu had gone for Vrindavan visit. If you all might remember, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas in 1510 AD. 1515 AD, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Vrindavan. On the way back, so that means this incident must have happened somewhere in 1515 AD. So on the way back, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stopped at Shantipura, and Raghunath Das Goswami heard of this and he immediately went to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and appealed to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that he wanted to dedicate his life to Mahaprabhu. But Mahaprabhu, instead of taking him with him, he told him, no, you be in your house and do all your household duties as a normal person. But in your heart, you remain renounced. So Raghunath Das Goswami had come back home on the order of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he always used to meditate upon Mahaprabhu. But because Mahaprabhu had ordered, he would carry on his family duties, household duties very properly. So in that mood, Raghunath Das Goswami thought, I have to solve this problem. So what he did, he started speaking very sweetly to this Chaudhry, to this Muslim Chaudhry. Raghunath Das Goswami, by nature, he was very humble and meek. So naturally, he started speaking in such a way, to pacify the Muslim Chaudhry. And he started telling him, you are a Jinda Peer, you are a living saint, you are such a wonderful person. And I know, I have seen you interacting with my uncle and my father so many times. And all of you are like brothers. I know that you are like brothers. And brothers, they'll fight sometime. After some time, they'll again sit together and they will enjoy. So today you are scolding me and you have got some fight with your brothers. Tomorrow I know you will again sit with him and you will happily be having friendly talks. This is the nature of brotherly dealings. And just like I am my father is your brother, so you are also like my father only. So like this, Raghunath Das Goswami started talking. So the Muslim Chaudhry, when he heard all this, he could not say anything. And he started crying and he said, "My dear son, you are such a nice kid. No, so nicely. See, you are calling me Zinda Peer and all those kind of things. Your father your uncle should have some little sense, no? He's making profit. Little bit adjustment, we have to have some understanding and we have to manage. So, win-win. Your uncle and father making little extra money, I have no issue. Little bit, I should also make money and we'll all together will enjoy what is there. So speak to your uncle and make some arrangement. Whatever he decides, I'm okay. But some understanding should be there." So Raghunath Das Goswami called his uncle and father and they all sat together, discussed with the Chaudhary, and there was an understanding how this 3 lakh extra gold coins will be adjusted. So, and then the Chaudhary also gave a favorable report to the government. We have done all the investigation, everything is clean, and then exonerated both Hiranyadasa and Govardhan Majumdar. And so like this, the situation was resolved. So Raghunath Das Goswami, for 1 year, he very quietly carried on all his household affairs and very dutifully was taking care of the business. His mother, his father, his uncle, they were all very happy. Oh, Raghunath Das has become very responsible now. He is taking care of all the business, all household affairs. So we are very, peaceful now. Now we can hand over the business to him. That's what they were thinking. After 1 year, Raghunath Das Goswami, internally he had been burning to go and dedicate his life to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So for 1 year he held on somehow. After 1 year he could not contain himself. So again what he did, he thought, I cannot go on like this. I have to go and join Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he ran away from the home. But the moment he ran away from the home, his father sent a few servants who came, caught him and brought him back. So every day Raghunath Das Goswami would run away from home, and every day they would catch him and bring him back. Seeing that his son has become like this, Govardhan Majumdar, he engaged a few personal bodyguards for Raghunath Das Goswami who would keep 24-hour, they would 24 hours they would be always with Raghunath Das Goswami, ensuring that he would not run away. So when his mother, Raghunath Das Goswami's mother, she was very upset when she saw that her son is not interested, is no more interested in the home, he is not interested in the business, he is run away. So she spoke to her husband, to Raghunath Das Goswami's father, that do something, do something, you would tie him by chains and keep him, otherwise he will run away. How long your bodyguards will take care of him? So Govardhan Majumdar told Raghunath Das Goswami's mother, see, Aishwarya Indra Sama, we have Aishwarya, we have opulence, which is equal to that of Indra. Stri Apsara Sama, and we have married him to a girl who is as good as an Apsara. She is so beautiful. Neither this wealth like Indra, nor this beautiful Apsara like wife has been able to keep him at home. Then what will your iron chains do? They cannot do anything. Chaitanyera Bhataloila, he has become a madman after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So anybody who has become a madman after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, nobody can control him, nobody can capture him. So Govardhan Majumdar was saying, what to do? I am trying my best, but nothing can keep him at home. This is what I have understood. So this Govardhan Majumdar and Hiranyadasa, they were actually great Vaishnavas. They were devotees of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and they were very generous and liberal. They would give lot of charity to all the Vaishnavas. And so amongst the Vaishnava community, they were known as great Vaishnavas. But still, they did not want Raghunath Das Goswami to leave home and become a devotee, a renunciant, a sannyasi in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's group. They had no objection to Raghunath Das Goswami being a devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but they wanted him to remain at home, earn money, and have a nice family life, and be a devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That was their desire. But Raghunath Das Goswami would not listen. So like this, one day, Raghunath Das Goswami heard that Nityananda Prabhu has come to Panihati. Shri Krishna Rukmini Satyabhama ki. Nityananda Prabhu, along with his associates, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had taken sannyas and he was staying in Jagannath Puri, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had told Nityananda Prabhu to continue remaining in Bengal and spread the Sankirtana movement all over Bengal. Nityananda Prabhu would go around from place to place with his Sankirtan party. Like this, Nityananda Prabhu had come to Panihati. When Raghunath Das Goswami got this news, he immediately went to Panihati. And from a distance, he saw Nityananda Prabhu and offered his obeisances. When Nityananda Prabhu saw at that long distance, somebody is offering obeisances, then Nityananda Prabhu's servant, personal servant, he told him, Nityananda Prabhu, that is Raghunath Das. Oh, Raghunath Das, bring him here, bring him here. The devotees immediately went and called Raghunath Das. But Raghunath Das, oh, no. Nityananda Prabhu, who am I to meet him? I'll remain here. So they forcibly caught him and brought him to Nityananda Prabhu. And Nityananda Prabhu said, you chore, you are a thief. Like a thief, you are standing far away and trying to run away. So now, I am going to Dandila to me. I am going to give you a big, punishment for your theft. Because you are a thief, I am going to punish you. What is that punishment? He said, you have to, all my associates have come here now. All of us are 50, 100 people. To all of us, you have to give a feast. Immediately, Raghunath Das became very happy because he had no mixed the chipped rice and the yogurt and some bananas. And in another 3, he mixed chipped rice with condensed milk and camphor and bananas and all these kind of things. So 2 varieties of Chidadadhi he prepared. One with yogurt, one with condensed milk. And then he bought small pots. About 200 of them he bought. And then in those small pots, he first offered these 7 big pots to Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu kept 4 of them and balance he gave it to Raghunath Das Goswami, who took out whatever had been offered to Nityananda Prabhu, whatever was the balance prasadam. He put it into all these 200 pots, and each person he gave 2 pots. So all of these devotees who are followers of Nityananda Prabhu, they sat down and started honoring this. Now news started spreading in the village that like this some big festival is happening, lot of feast is happening. So all the village people also came. So for all of them also, Raghunath Das Goswami, he bought more chida and dadi and condensed milk and bananas and all these things, mixed all of them, and then started handing them out to all of the people. Everyone was getting 2 pots. Soon that area became filled with so many people, there was no place to sit. And people started entering into the water of the Ganga and standing in the middle of the water and started eating the chidadadi. It became like that. And the news started spreading that from village to village, that like this one big festival is happening in Panihati, and anybody has chida and dadi, Raghunath Das is buying, you can go and sell. So all the merchants came with all their chida and dadi and condensed milk and all that. Raghunath Das bought all of that, made chida dadi out of that and fed those merchants also. So everybody started enjoying the whole thing. Now Nityananda Prabhu, what he did, from his meditation, he brought Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to the spot. And he took Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and started showing him, see how all your devotees, they are all enjoying Chidadadi. And he started walking around. But of course, the devotees could not see. They could see only Nityananda Prabhu coming. And Nityananda Prabhu started taking from somebody's spot some Chidadadi and giving it to the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also taking something and giving it to Nityananda Prabhu. Like this, both of them were enjoying. Some few people, very close associates of Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, they could see Mahaprabhu has come. So like this, the whole festival went on, and then everybody was shouting loudly, Hari Bol, like that, and enjoying the feast. At the end of it, there were still some prasadam left out of that 4 pots which Nityananda Prabhu had with him. That was given to Raghunath Das Goswami. And Raghunath Das Goswami honored that Mahaprasadam, and he designed like this, and people are standing in the water and eating chidadadi and all that. He started laughing, seeing the scene. Then he came to Nityananda Prabhu and told him, in my house I kept so much prasadam for you. Every day you come and eat. But today you did not come because you are engaged in eating chidadadi. So what will happen to all that prasadam? So today he said, you are enjoying chidadadi, you didn't come, all the prasadam is lying in my house. What will happen to that? Nityananda Prabhu told him, don't worry, in the evening I'll come. At that time I'll honor. So in the evening, after the entire Chidadadi Utsav got over in Panihati, Nityananda Prabhu along with all the associates and Raghunath Das Goswami went to Raghav Pandit's house. And there again they had kirtan and Raghav Pandit had made a wonderful feast, so they all had a feast again. And after all that, and when all the devotees were sitting and having feast, they were all telling, Raghunath, you also come, join. But Raghav Pandit told them, no, wait. He will have later. You all have now. So after everybody finished, again, Raghav Pandit went and took the remnants of Nityananda Prabhu's plate and he gave it to Raghunath Das Goswami. So like this, Raghunath Das Goswami got the personal Mahaprasadam of Nityananda Prabhu. Next day morning, Nityananda Prabhu again with his associates came back to the original place where the Chidadadhi Utsav had happened. And so when they all came there, Raghunath Das Goswami approached Nityananda Prabhu and put a request at his lotus feet, saying that Nityananda Prabhu, I have been trying a lot to achieve the shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But without your mercy, it is not possible to attain the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Therefore, I am requesting you, please bless me so that I can attain the shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu very quickly. So Nityananda Prabhu became very pleased with Raghunath Das Goswami. And he called all the Vaishnavas and told them, see, Raghunath wants to get the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He wants the shelter of the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu. So all of you please bless him so that quickly he can attain the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu. So like this, and then Nityananda Prabhu, he assured Raghunath Das Goswami that don't worry, very soon you will be able to leave your home and you will attain the shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will place you under the guidance of Sarupa Damodar, and like this you will be able to join him. So after hearing Nityananda Prabhu's assurance, Raghunath Das Goswami went back home. Now after going back home, he was thinking now how to go away from the home. Constantly, this 24/7, these guards are sitting with him. Now what to do? So he started sleeping outside the house. He wouldn't even sleep inside the house from that day onwards. Outside the house he was sleeping, but the guards were also sitting with him and they would not let him go anywhere. Now what to do? One night, what happened was, when it was almost the night was going to end, Yadunandana Acharya was the family priest of the household of Raghunath Das Goswami. He came to the house of Raghunath Das Goswami and he woke up Raghunath Das Goswami. Raghunath Das Goswami is sleeping in the Durga Mandapam outside the house. And he told Raghunath Das Goswami, see, there is one, my disciple, Brahmana disciple, he used to come every day to do deity worship for in my this one house. He had Shalagrama Shilas and all that. So he said, every day you used to come and assist me. Today he has not turned up. So you please go to his home and convince him to come and do the puja. So can you please do that? Raghunath Das Goswami said, yes, surely, why not? And both of them started walking to Yadunandana Acharya's house. Now the guards did not accompany Raghunath Das Goswami. Why? Because Raghunath Das Goswami is going to Yadunandana Acharya's house. And Yadunandana Acharya is with him anyway. So both of them started walking. Halfway, when they were reaching Yadunandana Acharya's house, Raghunath Das Goswami told, Acharya ji, you please go home. I'll tell the Brahmana and I'll send him. Don't worry. So Yadunandana Acharya said, okay, you please go and send him. And he went off to his home. Raghunath Das Goswami saw left and right, nobody is there. He looked behind. Are the guards there? Guards are also not there. So immediately he ran away. He said, this is the best opportunity. And he started running away towards Jagannath Puri. And he did an intelligent thing. He did not take the main road. He took the internal roads. Village to village he started going. Now, here at Raghunath Das Goswami's home, slowly dawn came. The sun rose. And then people started searching, where is Raghunath Das? Gone missing. Then they heard that he has gone to Yadunandana Acharya's home. Immediately the guards went to Yadunandana Acharya's home and said, Raghunath Das, he came with you in the morning, he has not returned. So Yadunandana Acharya said, Raghunath Das, he sent the Brahmana boy and he went back home. So Yadunandana Acharya is also part of the whole scheme. So he came with me to send the Brahmana boy, and that time itself I sent him back. I didn't keep him here, he is not here. So they understood, oh, Raghunath Das has run away. So At that time, there was a party which was being taken, Yatra group, which was being taken from the Bengal to Jagannath Puri by Shivananda Sena, another great devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Govardhan Majumdar had heard of this. He immediately sent his people, go and search in that group. Raghunath Das must be with them only. Every time he tries to run away like this. These guards came running and they asked Shivananda Sena, where is Raghunath Das? Raghunath Das? Oh, he has not come here. We didn't see him. He has not come here. We are only this group. We are not even contacted him. We don't know where he is. These people came back to Govardhan Majumdar and told him, we searched, but we could not find him. In the meantime, Raghunath Das was going from village to village, and in the night, he covered, during the whole day, he covered about 35 miles. Can you imagine? That much he walked. One Govardhan Parikrama is about 22 odd kilometers. One Govardhan Parikrama we do in a day. By the end of the day, we'll be exhausted. But he walked more than 30 miles. That means almost double the Govardhan Parikrama. 45 kilometers he has walked, approximately. And then in the night, he took shelter in some Goshala. And that cowherd man, taking pity on Raghunath Das Goswami, he gave him some milk. He drank the milk and he slept that night. Next day morning, again he set out. Like this, Raghunath Das Goswami walked for 12 days continuously. And every day in some village he would go, and whatever he would get to eat, maybe some fruits, some grains like that, he would get something to eat, he would eat. If he did not get to eat, he would not eat also. Like that, he walked for 12 days. And out of those 12 days, he got food to eat only 3 days. 9 days, he was starving. And like this, he reached Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's place in Jagannath Puri. And when he came to Jagannath Puri, then immediately Sarup Damodar came and told Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Raghunath Das has come. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very happy. And he called him, and then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw how Raghunath Das has become so skinny and having walked for 12 days, not properly bathed and all that. So immediately he told Swarup Damodar, please take him, let him take bath in the ocean, have darshan of Jagannath, and let him nicely, you feed him prasadam. Let him nicely have prasadam and recover himself. 5 days, Raghunath Das Goswami, every day he would go take bath in the ocean, have darshan of Jagannath, and nicely he had prasadam which was brought to him from Jagannath temple. From the 5th day onwards, Raghunath Das Goswami would go to the Simhadwara, that main entrance of Jagannath Puri temple, and he would stand outside. The people who would have darshan, they would come out, and many Vaishnavas like that would be standing outside the Simhadwara. These people would buy some prasadam and give it to them. So these people, they would not do anything else. They would whole day, they would chant Harinama, have darshan of Jagannath, and so freely they would keep doing their devotional service without having to earn money and buy their food and all that. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard that Raghunath Das Goswami has stopped taking prasadam here, and he is waiting outside the Simhadwara, and whatever alms he is getting, he is taking that, Mahaprabhu was very pleased. And after a few days, Raghunath Das Goswami stopped that also. And then he would go to various chatras. Chatras would be places where they would be doing annadana. He would go to the chatras, and whatever annadana he would get, he would eat that. After that, for a few days after that, he stopped that also. He would go outside the Jagannath temple. There would be some rejected grains which would be lying in the gutter. He would take that, wash that, and he would eat that. So this was the level of renunciation of Raghunath Das Goswami. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard this, he was extremely pleased. And one day he gave a sudden visit to Raghunath Das Goswami, and he told Raghunath Das Goswami, I heard that you are eating some real nectar and you are not sharing with me at all, which was the rejected grain which was taken from the gutters. Raghunath Das told, oh, no, Mahaprabhu, that is all not fit for consumption by you. I'm just taking something, water in the gutter and I'm eating. But I cannot offer all that to you. Mahaprabhu said, no, you are hiding Such wonderful nectar you are eating, you are very selfish, you are eating yourself, not giving me. And he forcibly took that rice from Raghunath Das Goswami and Mahaprabhu himself ate it. So you can see how Mahaprabhu was so pleased with Raghunath Das Goswami. Why? Because of Raghunath Das Goswami's renunciation. Mahaprabhura Ganera Vairagya Pradhana. The life and soul, the sustaining life of the devotees of Mahaprabhu is Vairagya, renunciation, which was epitomized by Raghunatha Dasa Goswami. Anybody becomes a devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the symptom of such a devotee of Mahaprabhu is he will be renounced. He will have no desire to enjoy in the material world. People like Hiranyadasa and Govardhan Majumdar, they were externally devotees of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but internally they continued to maintain a desire to enjoy material opulences in the material world. Their idea of Vaishnavism was, we will become Vaishnavas and by this we will be able to enjoy nicely in the material world. Therefore, the personalities like Hiranyadasa and Govardhan Majumdar, who externally supported Vaishnavas, they themselves were devotees, they had great respect for Mahaprabhu and the disciples of Mahaprabhu, followers of Mahaprabhu, they had great respect for them. And they would be very charitable and generous to these people. But they maintained a desire by doing all this to enjoy material opulences. Therefore, they are called Vaishnava Praya. They are almost like Vaishnavas. They are not really Vaishnavas. You see, such fine distinctions are there in the Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. So, our Acharyas have so clearly pointed out such fine differences. Really, if a person is a devotee of Mahaprabhu, he will have no more desire to enjoy in the material world. He will be highly renounced in his heart, like Raghunath Das Goswami. Raghunath Das Goswami is the epitome of Vairagya. Of course, we cannot imitate the Vairagya that Raghunath Das Goswami displayed, but he set the standard of Vairagya. What is real Vairagya, he showed. And this is the sustaining life of all devotees of Mahaprabhu. All devotees of Mahaprabhu, they are so highly renounced, they have no desire for enjoyment in the material world. And when Mahaprabhu sees the spirit of Vairagya or renunciation in the heart of a devotee, that is what pleases Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And therefore about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu it is stated. What is it stated? Vairagya Vidya Nija Bhakti Yogam Sikshartham Eka Purusha Puranaha. That original Supreme Personality of Godhead, he has advented as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to teach, Shikshartham, to teach the people. What is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu advented to teach the people? Bhakti Yoga, Nija Bhakti Yogam, devotional service unto himself. And Vairagya Vidya, how to practice Vairagya. This is the purpose of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's descent. He has descended to teach these things to the people. And this was epitomized by Raghunath Das Goswami. Therefore, from the incident of the Panihati Chidadadhi Mahotsav, we have to learn two things. And from the life of Raghunath Das Goswami, we have to learn two things. One is real shelter of the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu means no more desire for enjoyment in this material world. And if you want to achieve the shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then without the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, it is not possible to achieve the shelter of the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And further, Raghunath Das Goswami, he was so humble, he never approached Chaitanya Mahaprabhu directly. Although Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Vedade, he actually made Raghunath Das Goswami his Vedade Antarangam. He made him one of his close associates. But Raghunath Das Goswami would never speak directly to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He approached Sarup Damodar and he asked him, I have renounced my family life, but I don't know why I have renounced. So humble he is, you see. such an exalted Vaishnava, and he is saying, I don't know why I have renounced the material world. And what should I do next? I have no idea. Can you please ask Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and tell me? So, Raghunath Das Goswami was setting an example for all of us. When we become a devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what is expected of us? Unlike Hiranyadasa and Gordhan Majumdar, it's not that we have to become devotees of Mahaprabhu, chant Hare Krishna, read Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, everything, and continue all our plans for enjoying in the material world. No. So, when we achieve the shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu expects us to do something. So, Raghunath Das Goswami asked Swarup Damodar, what does Mahaprabhu want from me? What should I do now? I don't know why I have renounced the material world. So, please tell me what I should do now. Swarup Damodar went to Mahaprabhu and asked him. He said, Raghunath Das is asking this. So, what should I tell him? Mahaprabhu was very pleased to hear this. And he said, Raghunatha, I have put Raghunatha under your shelter. So, you only instruct him. But still, because he has asked, summarily, I'll tell you what he has to do. Mahaprabhu told what he was expecting of Raghunath Das Goswami in a summary, in 2 verses in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. He explained to him. The first thing he told him was, Gramya Katha na shunibe, Gramya Katha na kahibe. Do not hear Gramya Katha, do not hear news about mundane material affairs, and Gramya Katha na kahibe, and don't talk about it also. Don't hear about material affairs and don't talk about it. Bhal na khaibe ar bhal na paribe. Do not eat luxuriously, do not dress luxuriously. Eating luxuriously, dressing luxuriously, and talking all sorts of Gramya Katha, what happened in politics, who came to power, when is the next election going to happen, who is going to come to power, which party will analyzing, what are the manifestos. These are all Gramya Katha. And for a person who has, this speaking Gramya Katha, hearing Gramya Katha, eating nicely, good food, dressing nicely, this is the essence of material sense enjoyment. And Mahaprabhu said, give up these things. And then Mahaprabhu said further, Amani, never expect any respect for yourself and give all due respect to others. And constantly think of Radha and Krishna's seva in your mind, and like this, every day you keep chanting Hare Krishna continuously. This is the summary of my instruction to Raghunath Das. You go and tell him. This was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's reply to Raghunath Das Goswami's specific question. I don't know why I have renounced the material world, and now what am I supposed to do? This is a very big instruction for all of us, especially all of us who have taken shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lotus feet, those of us who have become disciples of Srila Prabhupada, and we are on the path of going back to Godhead. So, having now dedicated ourselves to the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada and Prabhupada's mission, what should be our activity? We should not hear any material Gramya Katha. We should not talk about such material mundane affairs. We should not desire to eat luxuriously. We should not desire to dress very luxuriously. We should not expect respect from others. Oh, I become a devotee, everyone should respect me. That desire also should go. And constantly we should chant Hare Krishna, and in our mind, during the day, we should constantly keep meditating upon rendering service to Radha and Krishna in Goloka Vrindavan. This is the standard of somebody who has dedicated his life to Prabhupada's mission, which is demonstrated by Raghunath Das Goswami. So these are all the wonderful instructions that we can receive from studying the life of Raghunath Das Goswami, who was the epitome of renunciation or vairagya. And on this day of Panihati Chidadadhi Mahotsav, let us pray to Srila Raghunath Das Goswami and to Nitya